Hi, Sir Alex. Good afternoon.
Po, good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll just start our this afternoon with the highlight because I in the videos it wasn't highlighted that much, but the the best feature when it comes to Ruby Star is actually using it as a template kasi that's 'di ba when we make our rubrics, it's really sometimes it would really take time for us to really look or have the right words when it comes to the criteria content. Doon tayo natatagalan. So this sa Ruby Star kasi I had a different I had a different video for starting it from scratch, but it's not really the one that's always used, especially if we make use of online tools for making of rubrics. So this one, the highlight is actually making use of a template. So how would we do it? So if we are already logged in, so it's very easy to log into Ruby Star. No, we will just click on the main page. So we'll just click on Ruby Star, the name Ruby Star here, and then at the lower portion we have actually templates. So these are where we could look into templates that we could make our own. No, for example, um, I'm into multimedia because I'm teaching technology for teaching students. So most of the times their products are or their outputs are in the form of a video or maybe an infographic, ganon. Pero there are a lot of choices that you could actually choose. But if wala talaga dito, you could go to the nearest one. Anyway, you could edit the words. No, you could edit the words for the content. So for example, I would want to make a website. No, so I will just click this one. So website, and then um, it is for TTL one. Okay, so there, and then this one also, this would actually, if you make it permanent, make it permanent so that you could actually save also your work. No, even if it's just like a practice for you, then make it temporary. But if this is something that you would really use or you would have the intention to use in the future or edit in the future, so make it permanent. And then here na sir, so we have here the performance levels of performance here, and then of course our categories here. So there are really like a lot of categories. So if you are not yet you still don't have the correct set of categories for you, you would just click on the drop down, and then you have it here. No, so you have choices, like for example, I want graphics because it's mine would be like a website, an e-portfolio. So when I click on graphics for category, it will automatically give me the correct content, no, for graphics. No, so pero you could actually edit or you could actually add. No, pwede pa ring dagdagan if there are still other things that you would want to add in the category graphics. So that is what's best about this feature, because you don't this portion here would really take a lot of time for us teachers to think, ano bang ilalagay ko sa content criteria content ko, no? So you will already have a template, and then you could just add or you could just delete whatever it is that suits you. And then, okay, so let's for layout. So there, for me, when it comes to layouting, I always also include the number of pages, so I could actually place it here, no? And then, for example, the one that you would want to place in there is wala talaga dito, wala wala sa choices ng mga categories. So you could just place here, no? So like for example, so that means yeah, so you could place it there and then ikaw na ang magdadagdag. So you would be the one to place also whatever needs to be placed here. Or I could actually place. Okay. Okay, so we have another participant. Good afternoon po. We're Sir Dennis. Okay, so Sir Dennis and Sir
Hi. Hello
Alexander.
po.
Hello. We have already started. Actually, I'm just highlighting the the essence of the use of the Ruby Star. So it's actually not starting from scratch, but more of using it to make a from using a template to make our rubric, because as I have mentioned earlier, it really takes time for us to make this portion, the criteria content portion. So this would really entail, like for example, I've already done this one. Okay, and then there. So that is only, this only happens, or you will just place it, or you will just place the content if your particular category is not found in the list. But if it's found in the list, then you are already given right away, no? Like for example, um even the background. So you will be given the right template for the words within the criteria portion, but it's up to you to actually edit it. Granting we're done with this one because we have already added one which is not in the list, tapos ikaw ang magbibigay ng content, criteria content, and then you just click on submit. So that is what you have made. Okay. So in here, you could actually still modify it. For example, in a different subject, or yeah, in a different subject, you might want to add other categories. Pwede naman. Just make sure to click on make available online. So in this portion here, um, this is actually something that we make here, so we could also share it to other users, no? So maybe other users would want to use your rubric, so it will actually be shared. So if you click on this one, it has two it has two reasons. One is for your rubric to be available online, and the other one is for you to be able to save the rubric in your account in Ruby Star. So that's actually something that you could make use or utilize, reuse also in the future. So we have to click on make available online. Okay, so once you have that make available online, there's already that number, no ID number. So um, you could actually search using that ID number, and then especially if you have like a lot of rubrics already stored in your account, and then if you go to your own page, home page as a teacher, nandun na yung ginawa natin. So this is the one that we've made for this afternoon. So that's the essence of Ruby Star. Yung hindi naman, for example, we just want to search for we'll just click on find rubric, and then we'll just search for for mga uh, like for mga ready-made na rubrics. We cannot uh, we cannot um we cannot reuse them in a sense that we can actually edit it the way we did earlier. Hindi siya, it's not as free. No, we're not free to really edit the ones that we have made as the ones that we have made. And like for example, this one, hindi natin this is something that we haven't made, just actually search for within Ruby Star. So the only option that we have is we click on it, print it, no. So the we have two options if we want to print. So we could print it that way, or if you want to also save as PDF, so you just go to destination and then save as PDF. So we cannot edit it the way we want to edit, just like if we made it from template or we make it from scratch. So we could actually also, um, yeah, save this one and then maybe use this one. If we have like a template, then we could actually make use of the content for this one in the template. Pero we are obliged to do the one to be the one to input na the content. So that is it for Ruby Star, no? Actually, I have also tried yung ibang rubric maker, but I still find Ruby Star the most convenient kasi because of the template, and yeah, it's for free. For the others kasi, if we want to like use more of its functions, then we have no choice but to also pay. So that's why for me, Ruby Star is still the most convenient. So, question, sir, about rubric making, at least something that will help us out. I know that, yeah, especially if the activity would really need the rubrics, no, especially for performance tasks or major activities. Um, Good enough if you have been teaching that particular grade or that particular year, because or that subject, because we might have already our sets of rubrics, no, pero kung wala, then it would really entail time, no, it would really entail time for us to make our rubric. So um I'm open to questions now if you have questions on Ruby Star and rubric making. Sir Dennis, baka may question ka? Parang meron.
Kasi po, trinay ko po sa kanina.
Oo.
Marami po kasing, doon po sa pinapagawa po sa amin ay marami po kasi mong nakalagay. May title, mayroong ano pa po yun, may learners, ano ba yun? Sabi ko, ano pa yung italagay ko doon?
No, sir, because it's actually it's not just the rubric, the activity. You're talking of the activity, sir? Yeah, so it's not just the rubric mismo. It's just part of the rubric. It's like one activity dapat you will just refer to one activity of yours in class that would need a rubric, no? And then you have to place your instruction, and because we would want you to use technology, digital tools together with that particular activity. So that's why we also wanted you to place what digital technology or digital tools would you use for that activity. So it's also trying we're trying also to let you um, augment your face-to-face activities to a more blended type of learning activity, or maybe an ODL activity, so that you would be able to make use of some digital tools, no? So kung ano yung available, or kung ano yung pwede ring magamit ng mga estudyante, so you could actually place it there, no? So part of the activity is also the use of the digital tool. Tapos, at the lower portion, sir, yun lang sa rubric. So you would have to develop the rubrics, no? Develop a rubric or create a rubric that would grade that particular activity that you have posted there. So that's why the easiest way to make that rubric is to use the template. So again, sir, to use the template lang, click on Ruby Star and then just look for any of these. You could refer to a video, yung editing a rubric video, because I demonstrated two ways to edit, no? So edit your own, the one that you have made, and then making a rubric from a template. So it's here, no? So you just click on a particular template and choose a template from here. So yun, so that will make things easier for us.
Nagkuha po ako ng sample yung sa science kanina. Parang lab ba
Mm-mm.
yun? Sobrang dami, ma'am. Ang dami niya yung parang category sa left
Yes,
side.
sa categories. Yes, yes, sir. Yes. Oo. So, you, like for example, sabi ko nga earlier, yun yung that's the hardest part to choose and to also place the content of that category. So if you would be using a template, then it's really very easy for you, no? All you have to do is just add or delete some of those words or phrases in the content portion, so that it would fit your activity. So easier na talaga siya compared to making it from scratch, or yeah, making it from scratch. It would really like take you one whole afternoon just for a rubric to make. Yeah.
Yes po, alright. Meaning po from our activity, we can choose po yung ready na. Kasi po yung sinample niyo po, trinay ko rin yung from scratch. Really, I don't know what to think about that po.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's yes, sir. If you would, that actually hindi, it's not it doesn't have to be from scratch. That's why sabi ko, hopefully someone would join me in the afternoon, so that I could highlight also that you can actually make use of the template, kasi siya yung mas importante, or yeah, it's something that's very valuable, especially in making rubrics out of an online tool, no? So making use of the template. Yes, sir, you can actually make use of that one. Sir Alex, you have questions?
So far po, I don't have question naman po, ma'am.
Parang user na si Sir Alex ng Ruby Star.
I'm, I'm, I'm ano po, every time I'm making my rubric po, I browse in the iRubric before.
iRubric, yeah,
Apo.
It's
Tapos
another
po,
one.
the school encouraged us this year to make our own.
Okay.
We will create rubric out of the competency that we are using in the mails.
Yes,
Ayun.
I think that's actually something that everyone is encouraged to do, no? So, it's not necessarily that we cannot make use of this kind of tool, no? Pwede naman siya, we could still make use of the template and then edit it in such a way that we will be able to incorporate the competencies for that particular activity or performance task. Yeah. For me, I have tried also, because I used to teach in empowerment technologies in senior high school. What I did was, it was really customized in a sense that um, it was patterned sa mga instructions ko. So number of pages, number of, like that, no? So it was really patterned that way. That was from scratch, no? So it would really take time, but still you can my advice is you could still make use of the template and then just edit it in such a way that competencies are incorporated. Yeah. Sige. Other questions, sir? Maybe you have other questions. By the way, unfortunately for Ruby Star, we could only download or save the PDF or print if hindi tayo yung gumawa, no? So, yes, we can still look into other people's work, just like they could actually also use, or um, they could actually also find your rubrics there, kasi once we have clicked on the big blue button there, no, it means that we also are sharing, we are saving it in the system, but we are also sharing it to everyone who would want to search for our rubric. So yeah, we can only save it as PDF, but we cannot edit it, unlike if we are the ones to make from a template or from scratch. Yan po. Sige. So, yeah, it's better also if you have, I think si Sir Alex, he is very much comfortable with iRubric na, no, sir? I think iRubric also has templates. Meron naman templates ang iRubric din. And then I think there are also a lot with they are really customizable. Most of the ones that I have shown in the slides. By the way, my slides is in the summary portion. The ones that I have placed in the slides are the ones that are customizable and for free. There is like a time span that it's for free. I think that's also one concern for us, na sana yung mga ginagamit natin are for free, so that it would also be accessible to a lot of people. Yeah. So other questions, sir? Meron ka pang questions, Sir Dennis?
Parang nakita ko po kanina, nagtatry ako mag-download. May nagsasabi nga lang sa number of minutes lang, tas mawawala daw po yung parang sinasample, parang ganun po.
I have also observed lang, sir, no? Especially because like I have logged into Ruby Star like for a time, parang longer period. It actually automatically logs out maybe after an hour or maybe 30 minutes if hindi mo siya ginalaw na page. It actually also for that one, sir, maybe for that particular um rubric, no, dapat mo siyang i-download kaagad, no, or make sure, actually, sir, if it's down, if you can download your own, the one that you have made as a template, as an Excel file, kasi if gusto mo siyang gamitin as an Excel file, you could just let's try, sorry, let's try this one. And then I download this as a spreadsheet. Let me stop the sharing first. Okay. So this is like the one that I have made from a template. And then if you want to use this one, and then like for example, you would want to have all students have a sheet, no? So what you do is you will just actually make a copy, and then just change it to the family name of your student, no? For example, Okay. And then you could just click like that and then give a grade na, no? So you could actually place the grade here for that particular student. Para may ano talaga, parang there's really a record, especially if they would want to see their students who would really ask, how did you grade me, sir? So they would really want to see. So you could actually do that, no? So you can just copy one page and then place all the family names of the students there, so they really have like a sheet for you to show if ever they would want to ask for really the evidence of how, or yeah, of how they are graded. Pwede naman, yeah. And um if you have like for us, we are using actually a Moodle based learning management system. Good for that one because it's really incorporated within the activity. So one good thing about it is if we have prepared the rubric already, once it is shown to the students, even before even the instructions palang, they already know how they will be graded because the rubric will also show, no? And then they will see also how they are graded after if the teacher has already rated them. So ganon. So for those na walang ganito, so you could actually make use of this one, no? Pwede naman yung Excel sheet. Okay. Also for Ruby Star, we cannot embed, unlike other tools na pwedeng i-embed maybe sa website natin or sa yeah, the platform that we're using, pero dito we cannot embed. Maybe if you have, like for example, si Sir Alex with I rubric ba, sir, can you also embed or just download lang?
There is embed portion there, but I'm just getting some information. Just like what I've said earlier, po, we are encouraged to create our own. We're just
Yeah.
getting or lifting some part of the rubric, and then I
Yeah.
will combine it, we'll merge it, we'll replace some words so that the
Yes.
students will be so that the task will be specific for them.
Yeah. So still the same intention that, yeah, you will still make use of the template, but still make it your own, diba? Uh-uh. So other concerns po before we end the afternoon session. Baka may question pa si Sir Dennis, or ikaw, Sir Alex, may question ba?
Ako ma'am, it's not related po in the rubric po. Pero you said a while ago that your learning management system is Moodle, right?
Yes, Moodle po.
How are you creating, and I mean, how did you create your learning management out of Moodle? Is it for free? Kasi we're
No,
using
sir, we
Google
are
Classroom eh.
yeah, okay. Actually, sir, we're subscribed to Open LMS po. Yeah. So there are also features that are not found in the usual, yeah, the usual Moodle LMS. Pero ano siya, of course, if it should be compatible also with Moodle. Yeah, you could actually also, for sure, Ruby Star, it's not compatible with the one for rubric making within the LMS, but you could actually also try others if, especially yung sinabi mo that I rubric is it could be embedded, so maybe you could experiment on that one if you could embed it on your learning management system. Yeah.
Okay po, thank you po ma'am.
Ma'am, pwede po magtanong yung nakaraan na activity natin?
What was that activity again? Sige, sir.
Yun pong tungkol dun sa mga ini-embed, kasi dun tayo sa embed, yun pong mga activities. Hindi po pala siya pwedeng basta ilagay sa, halimbawa po, sa Word.
Yeah.
Dapat talagang website siya, ma'am, para
Yes.
makita ng mga bata. Because I
Yes,
forwarded
sir.
it po. It cannot be used.
Yes, sir. Kasi 'di ba the previous activity before last week was a website. I think that was a website. Yeah. So we made it a point that you would be able to use the website. yung website yung ginawa. So, we made it a point that the next activity is something that you could place in your website. So, pwede naman. So, yeah, it was like H5P ba yun? Yeah, I think it was an H5P activity. Yes, sir. You really have to embed it in your website. So doon sa website mo, tapos if you placed it in like the menu na klase mo, so you will just give us the URL. So yung URL nung sa website mo na makikita yung H5P embedded activity mo, so that is the one that you will submit to us para makita namin. Yeah. Yes,
Kaya
sir.
ako nawala last week because of thinking how to do the website. And then after that,
Yeah.
the H5P, then Mentimeter, yun.
Mentimeter. Yeah, I
Okay.
think Mentimeter is also pwede naman siguro siyang i-embed, or yeah, most of the times with me with Mentimeter, because I usually use it during live sessions. So I just get the URL and then I just place it in the chat because that makes it more interactive for our students. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Oo.
yeah, it's very helpful po. Kaya ako
Yeah.
na-excited to do activities.
I know that last week's yeah, it was full packed, no, H5P, Mentimeter, ang dami, no? So actually you could really make use of those those things. Yes.
Opo, malapit na nga po ako mag-ask kay Sir Alex. Saan ba si Sir Alex FB?
Yeah, feeling ko kasi, I mean, most of you are the ones who are here. Parang friends na namin kayo because yeah, you could actually connect with each other. I think this is also one way to do that one, especially with this kind of training or sessions with other teachers from other schools. It's really best to also connect with them so that you could also compare notes, no? Yes, sir.
Yes po, pero paghanap ko ng Alex o kayo po, parang gusto ko nang i-friend din. Kasi very helpful po talaga yung naging topic dito sa
Yeah,
line.
So, Sir Alex,
Central Parent.
it's a hint na gusto niyang
Oh,
mag-connect sa'yo.
yes sir, yes sir. Okay, I will look for your messenger sir. Can you send it in the Zoom chat? I can search you after the session
Yeah,
today. And
yes,
let's join course to finish this course.
yes. Pwede namang
Sir,
ganun. Yeah, because you can exchange notes. Ba't hindi ko magawa to? Why can you do it? Stuff like that. Yeah.
yun
So, yes,
po
yes,
Sir
sir.
Alex, nakalagay ko po ay yung Dennis Ramirez Imperio po. Yun sa Facebook ko naman, ano ba ang nakalagay ko doon? Yung kasama ko yung asawa ko. Ganun po.
Yeah, talagang chinek na
Opo,
ni Sir Alex
hinahanap ko na po
personally.
Sir Alex. Ang daming Alex po. Tapos parang 5. Sabi ko, ano kaya may message ko dito?
Baka 5 lang talaga yung accounts niya, sir. Sir Alex
Ang dami
talaga.
sir. Pag inilagay ko, Alexander Santiago, ang dami. Parang may mga foreigner. Mga ganun.
Ay, so parang nahanap ka na ni Sir Alex. Oo, parang nahanap ka na niya.
Again, sir, what's your Facebook? Kahit through chat, sir, kahit through Zoom chat po, I can,
Oo,
so
dito
that
na
I
lang sa
can,
chat, sir.
yes, so that I
Para,
can
yeah,
message you after this one.
yeah. Mm-mm. Kahit sa messenger muna, oo. Good for you because both of you are always with us in the afternoon session. So you really can connect and yeah, you could coordinate and also collaborate with whatever needs to be done, no? And then of course, because you're always here, so you could really ask questions. Okay na ba kayo? I think yes. Parang nag-send na si Sir Alex ng message sa'yo, sir. Oo.
Thank you po. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So if you don't have any other question, then you will have to hopefully you'll be here again by tomorrow for another session. I guess tomorrow also is um it's really a good output for tomorrow because you will learn more of how to um try to do, is it PLD? Yeah, I think it's personalized learning design. So that's a
And
good
mas
topic
I love
also.
sa topic, ma'am, parang papunta sa climax, ma'am. Kaya lalo,
Yes.
hindi ako, I am not interested in this one. Pero nung later on, it's learning po pala talaga yung you are asking. Tapos kahit po ako hindi magtatanong, you are keep on asking, what is your question? Ganun po. Pero it helps a lot. It helps.
Yes. So that I mean I know maybe there are just really people who are shy to ask. Maybe you won't initiate pero pag tinatanong naman, meron naman talagang tanong. So that's what I also do, especially with sessions like this. Yeah. Okay, so wala nang video si Sir Alex. So before we go, another set of, yeah, wala na talagang question. So that wala na. For you si Sir Dennis, wala na. How about you, Sir Alex?
Okay
Okay
na
na
rin po,
din.
ma'am. Apo.
Okay, sige. So thank you very much for sharing the afternoon with me. We hope to see you again tomorrow with another session from another speaker. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you po. Bye-bye po. God bless po.
God bless.